So you wrote a book. That's amazing. Seriously. But as anyone who's done it knows, writing it is one thing, launching it is a whole other beast. Today, we're going to break down that critical first month, those first 30 days, into a super simple visual blueprint. Let's jump in. Okay, so picture this. You've done it. You type that final word, hit save, and now you're holding your finished book. It feels incredible. But then this giant question mark just kind of pops up over your head. It's the one question every single author asks themselves. Okay, now what? And that now what? Well, that's what we call the launch challenge. It's this huge gap between having a finished book and having a book that people can actually find and, buy. This is exactly where so many authors get completely stuck. Now, here's a really interesting idea you need to know about. It's called the honeymoon period. Think about it like this. The second you hit publish, a 30-day countdown clock starts ticking. For those 30 days, all the online stores are watching your book like a hawk. They're tracking something called sales velocity. Basically, how fast and consistently you're making sales. The better you do now, in this window, the more their algorithms are going to show your book to new readers later on. It's all about getting that early momentum. So how in the world do you make the most of that crucial 30-day window? Simple. You need a map. We're going to give you a clear step-by-step path to follow, turning that giant, scary question mark into an actual destination. And here is that map, your journey laid out. It all kicks off on day one with one simple action. You start your ads. Then, for the first couple of weeks, it's all about a big push for reviews. And finally, in the back half of the month, we make this really smart strategic shift, something called the profit pivot. All right, let's break it down, starting with day one. The absolute number one thing you do, the very moment your book goes live, is you turn on your ads. No hesitation. You just flip that switch from off to on. This is totally non-negotiable. So how much money are we talking about here? You're probably thinking a lot, right? Well, check this out. We're starting with just $5. $5 a day. That's it. This isn't about breaking the bank. It's just about raising your hand and signaling to the store's algorithm, hey, my book is here and it's ready for readers. Okay, so you've got your ads humming along in the background. Now we move into the next really critical phase. It's time to build up some momentum, some social proof. And in the book world, you know what that means. It means reviews. And your goal here is super specific and, yeah, a little ambitious. You want to get your first 50 reviews in just the first few weeks. Those 50 reviews are like gold. They're the social proof that tells a brand new reader, hey, lots of other people have read this thing and they actually liked it. It's a huge trust signal. But how do you get 50 reviews that fast? Well, you can use a little something called the book bounty method. It's a really simple two-step process. First, you just offer your book to a small, hand-picked group of readers. Think of it like giving them an early gift. Then, after they've had a chance to read it, you just ask. You kindly ask them for an honest review. It's a super direct and really effective way to get that all-important early buzz going. All right, we're about 2 weeks in now. Your ads are running. Reviews are starting to trickle in. Now it's time for a really important shift in how we're thinking. We're going to move our focus away from just getting seen and toward making a profit. This lays it out perfectly. Phase 1, the first half of the launch, was all about aggressive ranking, like a rocket ship shooting up the bestseller charts. But now, in Phase 2, we swap out that rocket for a growing bag of money. The goal changes. It's not just about visibility anymore. It's about making sure your ads are actually earning you more than you're spending. So let's pull this all together. Let's recap the whole 30-day journey. This is your blueprint, the thing you can literally take and start using right away. And here it is, your 30-day checklist. It's this simple. 1. Start those $5 a day ads on day 1. 2. Use that book bounty method to wrangle those first 50 reviews. 3. Make the pivot from ranking to profit after a couple of weeks. And 4, the most important one, always be monitoring and adjusting your plan. It's a simple, powerful, and totally doable plan. You see that 30-day honeymoon period? It's not something you should be afraid of. It's your single biggest opportunity. You've got the map, you've got the checklist, and you know the very first step to take. So really, the only question left is, when are you going to start? Your 30-day launch starts now.